This is the one-on-one segment right here on Campus Drive Show. My name is AJ Kwanzaa, and it's good to be back on your screens again. My guest is already seated in the studios, so I bet you don't want to miss that conversation. We are going for a short break. We are back with more. Welcome back from that short break. This is still the Campus Drive Show. My name is AJ Kwanzaa, and like I promised you, my guest has joined me in the studios today. His name is Ezekiel Amevor. Now, Ezekiel is a student of the Heritage Christian University, and he's as well an entrepreneur. What he does is going to tell us on the show. Ezekiel, it's good to have you in my studios.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Perez Farms.
Pesez. Pesez Farms.
Pesez Farm.
Pesez Farms, yeah.
Like, what's the meaning of the whole thing? Like, Pesez. I know it's an acronym for something.
Exactly.
Yeah, so tell me more about that.
All right, so Pesez Farms stand for the initials of myself and two other brothers who were into one group that we came up with a name for our farm. So we are into poultry production, and the first person whose name starts with P, that is Patrick Ejil. So the name is spelled P-E-S-E-Z.
Okay.
Good. So Patrick Ejil, exactly.
Okay.
Patrick Ejil, then we have Samuel, then Ezekiel. So we just shortened our names and we added them together to form the name of the company.
That's really nice, and that's very innovative right there.
Thank you.
But Pesez Farms, when we say Pesez Farms, what do you guys do?
All right, so Pesez Farms Limited, we are into poultry production. We produce eggs for sales and also broilers for sales as well.
Okay, and let me tell you this secret. It's a secret, and I'm going to reveal it to you. I've known Ezekiel for quite a long period of time.
Yeah.
Quite a long period of time. And growing up, I would say growing up, I didn't see that entrepreneurship skills in you. That's what I would say. I didn't see that anywhere. But this way, I feel like our environment plays a very important role, because if you hadn't been in Heritage University, it means this dream wouldn't have come true.
Exactly.
And so this is the part why I tell you that if you are a student and you are an SHS graduate and you are looking forward to joining any university at all, it should be Heritage Christian College, because the packages that comes with the school is a lot. It's a lot. And so if you join this university, you are not going to miss out. And that's how I know that's how you came about this innovation.
Yeah.
And so let's talk a little bit about how and where you got the idea. How did it come about?
All right, so you know, the CEP, that is Center for Entrepreneurship, Philanthropy and Ethics.
Yeah.
That is a part of HCC. Used to organize a competition known as the HCC Startup.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a program whereby students who have business ideas come up together with their business ideas. They write proposal, they go through the process, they pitch whatever they want to do to board of directors or a group of people. They listen to them, and when they see that the idea that the students are having is something that is variable, is something that is necessary, and they see it to be achievable, they give them seed capital. They give them some amount of money to start their own business. So we were actually the pioneer people to start with the startup.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
That's
so
nice.
I think we were about almost 30 plus groups who applied. Then myself and two of my brothers, that is Samuel and Patrick, we decided to go into poultry production. The two of them once work in poultry farm before, so they didn't have the idea and everything.
Oh, okay.
So I joined them. They begin with the process. It wasn't easy at all, because first of all, we started with, I think, 5-page proposal. Then we moved all the way to 20 pages, which wasn't easy, but we went through the process because we combined that with our education. Sometimes you can be in the house and receive a call, you need to come for meeting and stuff. But yes, still, we didn't give up. A time came where we wanted to give up, because we saw that we were out of the competition, looking at what we were doing. Because sometimes when we go and we pitch whatever we want to do, how the board or the people that you go and pitch the idea to? How do the
They
question will be asking? We feel that no,
yeah.
we are not going to win this money, so there will not be any need for us to continue again. We just need to stop. But somewhere, of course, we always motivate us that we don't need to give up. We need to continue. Let me tell you the funny thing. On the very day when they were about to give the awards for the money, I didn't come for the program.
Why?
Because I was afraid. I was afraid that we were going to lose. And and I didn't want to stand that. I can't stand it, so I just didn't come at all. And I think that is somewhere wasn't around. None of us was around that day.
The group, none of
us was around that day. So after the program, I had a friend who wasn't a student of HCC, but he have family members who work for HCC, so he was around and he was at the program that day. So after that, he sent me a WhatsApp message. He was like, "Ezekiel, your group won 10,000 Ghana cedis." I was like, "Wow!"
Yeah. And so how did that feel?
You know, like I didn't believe that we were going to get that money, but exactly.
True,
so I'm so happy. I was just so happy, and I think all was by the grace of God.
And you've been able to set up the business now.
Exactly. We started in 2019.
Yeah.
6th of April.
Oh, okay.
That's when we started.
And so it means you're already 1 year.
Of course. We're already 1 year.
That's really nice. And for the past 1 year, what are some of the challenges that you've been facing so far?
All right. So we started with 150. That was our first number of bears that we took. Layers 150. Then later we moved on to 200 bears. Then we move on to 500. Then, so currently the latest bears that we brought in is 500. But coming next month, we are bringing 800.
Okay, so it means after this interview, I'm getting a 4 crates of eggs.
that's my plan.
It's an agreement.
Sure.
On this show, I'm getting 4 crates.
Sure.
But that's really interesting, and I feel I want to boast about it because I've not seen any university do this, and so. Particularly, how do you feel about this particular school?
All right, so before I come to that, you asked about our challenges, which I didn't answer that question. All right, so going into poultry production involves a lot. It's capital intensive, and we need a lot of money. But one of our key challenges right now is transportation, because the farm is located at Swedru. Even you pass Swedru at a place called Gomo Faso.
Oh, okay.
So it involves a lot to send feed all the way from Dansuma, because we buy our feed from Gafa at Dansuma. So we buy the feed from there, and the car that will send the feed all the way to Sweden sometimes takes us around 300 cedis, 350, 400 cedis. And this, within a month, we can buy feed more than 4 times. So it's a whole lot. So the main challenge right now we are facing is capital and also transportation. So if there's anyone who is watching this show right now and the person feel that he can help us with a vehicle, a pickup or anything, I think we are going to be glad
your doors are open for that.
Take that.
So if you are any organization at all and you are looking forward to helping them, especially with transportation, their doors are open for that.
Exactly.
And we'll be really grateful for that. But let's talk a little bit about school. What course do you offer in school?
All right, so I'm reading accounting.
Accounting.
And the funny aspect is that the 3 of us all read, the 2 other people also read accounting.
So one is a past student, right?
2 of them.
2 of them.
One is a national service student and a national personnel, and 1 person is already working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so, school, accounting, how do you apply what you are learning with what you are doing at the moment? All
right, so I think it is very important that we practice whatever we learn in the classroom, outside the classroom. So as accounting students, and whatever we are doing right now involve a lot of money. So that's one advantage. So right now when it comes to preparing financial statements, we don't need to ask anyone to do that for us. We go ahead to do our own financial statements. If it comes that we need to take stock or anything, we go ahead to do that. So I think that's one advantage for us.
Oh, okay, and let's talk a little bit more about the positive side of the work. I mean, we all face challenges at a point of time.
Exactly.
But let's talk about the positive side, since we now know the negative side.
Okay, so I think we are doing well.
Especially for those who are willing to start this particular farm.
Of course.
Right.
Yes.
So it's really good that we talk about the positive ones as well. So if you are willing to start a farm like Ezekiel, or probably someone is looking up to you, never know, and you are ready to do that, listen very carefully to what about his Listen very carefully to what he's about to say.
All right. So as you said, even though there are difficulties or there are challenges, of course, the other part of it is also there. So of course, we are making it small. We are moving forward. We are not making that much because we just started with few bears.
Yeah.
But we know that by the grace of God and with hard work, we are going to make it in the future. And I just want everybody or a student who is watching me right now to know that those days when they talk about farming, we see it to be work for people who, excuse me to say, they have not been to school. Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. They are just in the house. They don't have anything doing, which is not true. Farming right now is what is bringing the money. Farming right now is what is making everything. So if you want to go into poultry, it's a good business, which is also, there's a high risk involved in it, because you can buy maybe 500 birds and end up losing almost getting to 200 or 500, 300 of it, which of course is part of the business. Because even when we're going to do this poultry farm, that was one of the main questions that always, whenever we pitch our idea, they keep on asking us, what about if this should happen? What is going to be your reaction towards it and stuff? So I want everybody to know that farming or going to poultry production, or not just poultry, any other animal farming, involve a lot. There are risks involved, but you should be ready for them, so that on any day when they come, you know what to do at that moment.
And especially because you're an accounting student, what has been your marketing strategy to sell your eggs and other things?
All right, so I think one of the market strategy we use right now is the fact that we make sure that our eggs are always fresh. So our eggs don't even stay in the farm for more than 3 days.
Wow, that's
nice.
Yes,
for more than 3 days. And as we speak right now, we are not even able to meet the demand for Pesez Farms eggs. Because we have tried as much as possible to give out the best quality to our customers. So we as at now, we are not able to meet the demand, but we try as much as possible to strategize and make sure that at least we meet halfway of all the customers that we have to keep them. So I think we are doing well. And also we do delivering too. We do delivery. If you are buying it in bulk, we do deliver. And also our eggs are very cheap.
I'm really interested that you touched on that, because most often when I go out and I purchase an egg, sometimes I bring it home and
majority of them are sports.
Exactly. And so I'm really happy that you say you don't keep your eggs in the farm for a very long period of time.
No more than 3 days.
Yeah. And so I've been speaking to Ezekiel Amevor. He's a student of the Heritage Christian University. He's as well an entrepreneur and a co-owner of the Pesez Farms. We are going for a quick break. We are back with more.
Christian University College is a school that if you want a better school for your world, then you have to go nowhere than to go to Heritage Christian University, because they have a center called the Center for Entrepreneurship, Philanthropy and Ethics. And what they do is they prepare the students to go out there and create their own business. And so they have a challenge, and then that challenge you be helped to prepare your own business plan, and then you pass through a lot of a series of competition. And so those who win, they will support them with startup capital that will help them to create their own business. These are some of the benefits that I personally have gained from the university.
The core values of Heritage Christian University College is ethics, entrepreneurship, philanthropy, and global exposure. If you are there and you have a family member, you have a child who you like to send to the university, you shouldn't look anywhere than Heritage Christian University College.
At Heritage, they support students to start their own businesses, that is to be entrepreneurs before they complete. And so as you see now, I'm already a manager even before I complete. And so I don't have to complete and write letters to companies to look for employment.
And I see this as Heritage Christian University as a place of opportunities. It's a place of blessings, that if you want a better life, if you want your world to be a better person in the future, then you have to go nowhere than to go to Heritage Christian University.
Don't look anywhere. Come to Heritage Christian University behind the Olympic.
Welcome back from that break. This is still the Campus Drive show. My name is AJ Kwans, and I've been hanging out with Ezekiel Amevor. In case you just joined us, Ezekiel is a student of the Heritage Christian University and a co-owner of the Pesez farms. And so everything about farms, he's the right person to contact. Ezekiel, let's talk a little bit more about HCC.
All right.
HCC is really doing well for their students. And so what do you have, what's your whole idea about this particular university?
All right, so what I'll say is that HCC is like the saying that sometimes we used to say that don't mind the itching but mind the body. Yeah, as you can see, HCC is a small school, but
Yeah.
honestly, until you come inside, you don't know the big things that
How
are
long
going.
have they been in the system? Do you know?
I think since they became a university that started teaching degree courses, I think it's about 5 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So even though it's a small school, there are a lot of big things going on
Happening
here.
in here,
Exactly.
yeah.
Until you come here, you don't know. So me being a student of HCC, I've never, I will ever regret in my life. And I believe one day when I grow up to give birth to my kids, they're going to come here, because I think this is one of the best schools for anyone to go, especially when you really want to become someone in life.
Yeah.
Because coming here, you can still come and pass through the system without doing anything. So
Yeah.
I believe sometimes it's up to individuals, because let's say when it comes to this startup like this, it was open to all students, but it's up to we the student to go
yeah,
and do
present
something about it.
something, yeah.
Exactly. If you don't want to do anything, no one is going to force you. So it's up to we the individual. So I think if you're a parent and you want a school for your child, I think the best school for your child is HCC. Because apart from HCC, I don't know any other school. Fine, there are other schools that may be doing what HCC is doing, but the question is that are they doing it the right way? Because we don't want the situation whereby you finish school as a student and you want to go and join unemployment association.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
really
not
a big
the
deal in
idea
the
of
country.
HCC, and that's why HCC want to really define what a university is supposed to be like. So I think it's a great thing to be in this school. I've really enjoyed my stay here, and right now I'm in my final year, so I'll soon be finishing.
And so aside this entrepreneurship thing you're enjoying, what are some of the other qualities of the school that you think others who are outside and know nothing about should know?
All right, so I can say that the fact that the population of the school is few, because I went to a senior high school, which was of course a private senior high school, so we went many in the school, so I was used to the system very well. And you must also know that I had admission to go to University of Ghana, all right.
Okay.
Then also I had admission to come here, and I chose to come to HCC. So that should tell you that it's not necessarily about the name or about how big the school is. It's about what you really want in life. So coming to HCC, you have caring faculty members. It shocks me that the president of the school sometimes talks to us. If no one tells that this is the president of the school, you never know. Exactly. Yeah. And this is the kind of life we have been enjoying so far, which has really made us so happy to be here. And I don't think there's going to be any HCC student who is going to regret for coming to this school.
Okay, so how do you plan on growing your business? For now, I know you only have one farm at the moment, but let's say in the next 5 years, where do you see yourself?
Yes, so right from the beginning, we're just seeing ourselves producing only poultry products. Yeah. We were seeing ourselves doing other things aside that. So you can see in the registration of the name, we didn't just do Pesez Farm, but rather did the Pesez Farms Limited. So as we move on in the future, we are planning of adding other farming activities. For example, maybe going to piggery, adding maybe rabbits, or doing other things. You can go into maybe production of maize or anything. That's how come we didn't do the name just farm, but rather we did the farms because of future reasons. Okay,
and so how does someone get you? Let's say if I want to reach out to you and then.
Alright, so if anyone wants to reach out to me, the numbers are 055 60 66 412, or you can call 054 3365 102. Any of these numbers, when you call, you get any of us.
And of course, if you want to reach Pesez Farms, the numbers are 055 60 66 412, and that is the way to reach them. Or better still, we'll put the numbers on your screens, and so you can pick it right from there. We are going for a short break. We'll be back with more. In case you just joined us or you're confused, this is still the Campus Drive Show. My name is AJ Kwanzaa, and I've been hanging out with Ezekiel Amevor. And this is actually my favorite part of the show, where I put him on the spot. And so Ezekiel, when I say Campus Drive Show, you say, please press play, but in a very fast way. And so we are going to go. Campus Drive TV.
Please press play.
Campus Drive TV.
Please press play.
Campus Drive TV.
Please press play.
That'll be all for Campus Drive TV one-on-one segment here on the show. My name is AJ Kwanzaa, and I was hanging out with Ezekiel Amevor. He told us a little bit more about HCC, or let me say more about HCC. So if you've not heard about HCC, Heritage Christian University, Tuesday we are going to repeat the show so you get to watch more, and then about Pesez Farms as well. But that will be all. DJ Phantom is up next.